Kids, did you want to spell it? STOOPID. I know. Good morning, party people. Welcome to The Breakdown with Nath and Johnny. We're super excited today. We've got a new artist for the channel, but not an entirely new artist for the channel. That's a bit cryptic of me, isn't it?
He's so clever, that Johnny.
Yeah, pretty clever.
He's not at all stupid.
STOOPID.
Have you guys watched Recess Therapy?
Yeah,
if you haven't, follow them on Instagram. It's a guy that goes and interviews kids, and it's so refreshingly funny because the kids are just genuine and they're not trying to be funny. Some of them are actually really inspiring, but there's a few there that are just so adorable.
Yeah, it's just hilarious. It's a real good sort of feel-good page. If you want to pick me up at Recess Therapy, go watch that. Anyway, today, if you also want to feel good, we're going to check out Bear Mountain Park. Now, I said a new artist for the channel, but one of the two members of this band is actually Eddie Berg, the lead vocalist for Sweden's IMMINENCE, one of our favourite bands at the moment for sure, along with his pal Fredrik, have gone off and started a folk project of sorts. So a little bit different for the man, well, from what we're used to.
You'll be used to this from Eddie.
Takes my hand and guide me through the valley of shadow of death.
Which is a little different from what you're about to get here. Super excited. This is the brand new track, Anodyne. We're going to jump into the reaction and then we're going to jump on a call with Eddie straight after. I know, very exciting. So
exciting
if
stuff.
you guys want to like and subscribe, that'd be great. And strap yourselves in. I think we're in for a good time.
I think we're in for a beautiful time.
You're a beautiful time.
Thank you. Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Imagine if it was just super heavy.
It's death folk music.
Death folk.
Distant ocean cries.
Ooh.
Swallowing the vacant sun, but I will endure. Pertain to the dark. My whole now retrocede. Slumber
Oh, yeah.
So good.
So nice. Oh,
We've got some
Phil Collins,
vibes.
yes!
Also, petition to get Johnny to do a dance like this.
I was going to say, I never gave them permission to use my lounge room interpretive dance.
If you guys stick around to the very end of this video, you'll see Johnny dancing like that. I promise.
Wearing that too.
God, no.
Ooh.
The layering
There's so
throughout.
much going on.
Yeah, the production of this is phenomenal.
Right.
It gives me, like, Bon Iver meets Phil Collins.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Which
sure.
is absolutely something I didn't know I needed. But
But here we are.
Also loving that kind of
beautiful
offbeat
yeah
that's happening in there. It adds something, some extra texture to that chorus.
we do love a bit of extra texture.
Love
We've
it.
got some violin in there as well.
Yeah.
We know our man can fiddle. We mean
We're
Eddie on the
talking
violin.
about Johnny.
No, just
God is a fiddler.
his hands. Oh, that's sick.
This is the power I leave my soul. Turn into destiny after the emperor Satan rapidly. All of a sudden it takes the all of a sudden the lights turn dim.
Oh, that backing vocal is absolutely fucking incredible.
This is the power I leave my soul. Turn into destiny after the emperor Satan rapidly. All of a sudden it takes the all of a sudden the lights turn dim. Oh, how I wish
Oh, well, I love that.
Far out. Holy fucking wow. That is like, I mean, it goes without saying it's going straight on Chill or Be Chilled. But
Yeah,
that
that-
has to be, that's the most beautiful song I've heard in a while. That was absolutely stunning, man. That
I
was,
said it gave Bon Iver vibes. It reminded me particularly of Bon Iver, Taylor Swift, off Folklore, the song Exile, which is my favourite track on that song, as well as Evermore, the follow-up album she did. The Evermore track at the end there. Both songs feature Bon Iver, and I think that he was the standout of that album, weirdly, because it's a Taylor Swift album. That was that, but better for me. And those two, I love
Yeah.
those two songs, but that was actually... It just moved me. And
Yeah,
it was-
for sure.
It wasn't too chill. It was kind of had like an upbeat, hopeful feel to it, but it was still beautiful.
like you touched on, the layering in that song was absolutely insane. It was so good. It allowed the song to just build into these like real grandiose moments of like just a culmination of just all these different musical elements, just making it sound huge, but it didn't pull away from the beauty of it as
Yeah,
well.
sure.
You know what I mean? And their vocals work fantastic together.
Yes.
The violin in there was great, all the little nuances. And look, interesting like music video for someone who doesn't understand anything about dance, but I thought
I think you'll find in a second that you will understand a lot about dance.
but I thought it went with the video, like with the music so well. Like it just gave it that sort of that mood.
It, for me, was one of those film clips that allowed the song to stand alone, and it was more of a visualizer that was interesting to watch but didn't take away anything from the song.
Yeah, for
Which
sure.
was good. But anyway, let's not ramble too much because I'd rather ramble with Eddie.
Let's do that. Thanks.
Now, gentlemen, thank you for taking the time to chat.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us. It's a pleasure to be here with you, and I guess good morning to you.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
morning.
Morning,
Look,
indeed.
apologies, I did a Johnny and I didn't factor in our daylight savings, so we're a little late to the meeting for us, but a little early for you. So
Yeah.
we made it happen.
Perfect. Yeah.
Generally, we leave the organisational stuff to me, but Johnny,
Yeah.
We learn from our
I'm just the
mistakes.
face of the channel. That's why the channel's not doing that well.
Yeah, obviously.
Hey, so we've just listened to the new track. Holy heck, you guys. It was
Yeah.
incredible.
Oh, you think so?
We
Thank
loved
you.
it. Yeah.
I said on the reaction, most beautiful song I've heard in a hot minute. It was just, whew, something special. It's good.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
That means a lot to hear, really.
It's can you talk through your inspiration in the writing process, how you guys kind of came to be Bear Mountain Park?
Sure.
Yeah, we started, what was it? It's 2020,
Yeah.
I guess. We started writing songs. It was just this kind of project. I mean, Fredrik and me have been we've known each other for a long time now, and we always like did music on our own. Like, and obviously me with IMMINENCE and Fredrik had his projects, and then came up with this idea, and I definitely wanted to involve Fredrik, and we just started writing together to see how it felt, and yeah, it really clicked, and we wrote a couple of songs in 2020, and then we started releasing in 2021.
Yeah.
I like
That's
that
how
you
it
chose the pandemic as a time to release music. What else have you got to do, right?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this song in particular took a very long time for different reasons. I mean, this started as a writing session that went really bad. So we did like, I don't know how many different songs we started on the same evening, and we just tried out ideas. So we both felt like this is complete shit.
Yeah.
And even though we recorded actually the verse and the chorus for this song, and we still thought in that moment like that this is not good. And then we met again the next week, and we were just like, yeah, should we listen back to what we did last week? So, like, okay, let's do it. And then we heard this song. It's like, what the hell, man? This is something really special here. So we should really keep working on that.
Yeah, but mind you, that session we had was still like 5 different songs in the same project. So we listened through 5 different versions of the song, and we were like, nah, that's not good. And then we found one that we both like, this is actually pretty good. And we started writing more like on that.
It's a very complex song. There's so many layers to it. I imagine that would have been something that took a while to build on.
Yeah, exactly. We've been working on that for such a long time, because for different reasons, we didn't feel like the timing was right to release this at the end of last year. So we wanted to wait until now in the beginning of this year. And we had a lot of problems working on this song because of computer issues. So it took a lot longer than it should have, but we also had the possibilities to keep on adding these layers and the complexities to the song. And we just, since it went such a long time, we also came up with new ideas all the time. Like let's include a female vocalist, and let's include other elements that we worked on the song. And we're really happy with how it turned out.
Well, listening to this song from you've released another 3, I believe. It seems like it still fits with it, but it's such a step up in terms of everything, in terms of production, in terms of, like, I use the word grandiose to Nathan, like when those choruses hit and those layers hit, it's so big. There's so many instruments filling so much of the space, but nothing seems competing, nothing's over the top. Like, I mean, we both looked at each other and just went, oh, when the drums first kicked in, Phil Collins. So well done, because it sounds absolutely mammoth for such a nice somber song.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much.
I have a serious question. Why did neither of you do the dancing in the film clip?
Well, I actually broke my hip 3 weeks ago, and we recorded the video last week. So I was supposed to be the first dancer in this, but we had to call like
How convenient.
So look,
I
now
don't have an excuse that good, unfortunately.
so we're obviously fairly new to the band. We've only discovered you guys like recently, except obviously we're huge fans of Imminence. And well done, Imminence are absolutely crushing it at the moment. We're very blown away with that album.
Thank you.
So we're not totally well versed in what each of you do within the band. So what roles do you guys have in terms of instruments, writing, lyrics, all that sort of stuff?
I mean, we write everything together, but you know, it can vary from song to song. Like, but I would say that Fredrik is the instrumentalist. He's the one playing guitar and piano, and I do the vocals, most of them, and violin and the string arrangements. I also write the most part of the lyrics, but Fredrik is the main guy who is doing all the producing and mixing the songs as well. So everything we do at this point, or up to this point, is actually pretty much just DIY.
Are you both doing vocals?
Yeah, Fredrik does the like most of the background vocals and harmonies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can hear the distinction between your two voices, but Eddie, obviously we are very familiar with Imminence. It's a different sound from you on a lot of this, which is, it's cool seeing that range from you.
Yeah, and this is one of the things that I really love about this project is like taking kind of ideas you have about creating music, but you know, that maybe naturally doesn't fit into the Imminence writing process or the Imminence universe. So it's just a way for me to expand myself and develop myself as a songwriter. And yeah,
it's a little depressing, if anything. We have no talent. To see someone have so much talent, it's a little frustrating. But
we wanted initially, also when we started this project, we tried to make some frames for this project, but we ended up like saying like the less frames we have, the more we can like just experiment and develop. And that's pretty much how it's been. Like we started in a very safe place, for me at least, like more like folky kind of music with the first single we released, and then that gave us more confidence to start like experimenting in different, like stretching out and in music that we both listen to here and there, and like mixing that together.
I think the main point we came back to was just like creating music together that we can really connect with emotionally, and we didn't want to set up really any boundaries about what it's going to sound like. And I think that's why even these three singles we released so far, and this song is so diverse from each other, because we just kept like going in the direction that we felt was right at the moment.
have you got any major influences that have inspired the previous singles and where you've kind of gone with this one?
I mean, it's been a bit of different sources of influence, I would say. I mean, I'm a massive, we both are fans of Bon Iver, which I think you can hear that influence.
Yeah, Nathan mentioned that. Yeah,
Which I loved. I thought it's clear.
There's
but
been
it's...
so many other artists as well. That
I mean, like production wise, at least, there's been a lot of like trying to make it sound less complicated and less produced and less like not using as harsh of like compressors and all of that to give it more space to have more feeling, you know, like make the singers like the vibrato and the voice sound like without ruining it with any digital or artificial source, you know.
Yeah, we've also gone back to bands like the Beatles and like classic Bob Dylan and like any kind of influences that we listen to as well. Like, so I think it's a combination of our influences as well that has shaped the sound, but also not letting that necessarily define what we're about to do or what we're about to write. It's just about how we feel and what kind of a mood we want to set for the song.
Yeah, for sure. And do you, so if you guys are obviously going to play this live at some point, I would assume. So are there any plans to sort of round it out with other members live, or will we sort of see you just, just the two of you doing stripped back versions or backing tracks? Or
I think we could see a bit of both. I mean, we're at a very early stage here at the moment of our band, and we've talked about both, like including some live musicians and also doing some stripped back versions of the songs, making it interesting in the way of presenting a different version when you play live.
Personally, I think like a mix of both would be great, like the best. But like, I think initially we're probably gonna play smaller venues and like, places like that. So we're probably gonna do more stripped versions initially.
I think it's a really nice thing. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to Stick to Your Guns. They're like a Californian hardcore band. Jesse, the lead singer, has a solo project or like an acoustic-y project. Sorry about the loud noise, called Wish You Were Here. And Johnny and I have seen them before, and that was just, the production on the actual album is quite big and there's strings and it's beautiful, but live it was just him and an acoustic guitar and then his friend on keys, and it was so special and so intimate.
It was really intimate, and it really just gave such a vibe, and it's 100% like the sort of feel that I could see you guys doing, and just like people really just enjoying the moment and enjoying the vibe of the songs, and just like the presence of you guys giving that to them.
In terms of an album context, is that something you're considering, or are you just focused on each song individually now? Should we expect more coming up?
I mean, now initially when we started the project, we just said we're gonna release song after song, and right now we're planning to release a couple more and then collect it all on an EP.
Cool.
So that's gonna be our next goal for the band.
Yeah.
So Nath just mentioned like Jesse from Stick to Your Guns, and two other sort of noticeable, I guess heavier bands that had artists that sort of the singers went out and did focus. Obviously, City and Colour, and Dustin Kensrue from Thrice did his own thing as well. Are you sort of expecting the Imminence crowd, or a number of the Imminence crowd, to gravitate to this sort of music as well, and hear you, Eddie, do something different and maybe open their minds to something a little bit different?
I mean, it's actually not something that we were counting on, and not something that we necessarily wanted. I mean, it's great if the Imminence fans are catching on to this project as well, but we really wanted to do this music for ourselves in the first place, and we didn't mind to like have this genuine thing that we need to build from the ground and gain our own fans from doing so.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a cool thing, and one of the things that we kind of tried to do with this channel was, because we both like such a huge variety of music, we wanted to allow everything and everyone to be part of it. So thank you for sharing with us and allowing us to be part of that journey with you, because it's a pleasure. It's cool.
Yeah, it's really our pleasure. We really appreciate that.
There's been a little bit of a thing going around on the internet now with, sort of like a lot of content creators sort of taking aim at reactions channels. I don't know if you've seen all that sort of stuff, and a big name YouTuber who's been taking aim at reaction channels. I won't mention who he is, but do you think that in terms of content creating, like reaction channels are getting a bit of a bad end of the stick in that sense? Because I mean, like obviously the artists are now really relying on channels like this a lot to help get their music in front of a whole new audience.
No, I think I can only agree with you. I think that it's something that is really great for the music scene in general, and especially how fast everything is developing in terms of how we consume music. And I personally love seeing other people react to your songs, and you guys included. And I think it's a great way for other people to discover new music if they follow someone that they really enjoy, and they are reacting to similar music that they like, or maybe they find another band they wouldn't have found otherwise. I don't really see that as a negative, just quite the opposite.
100%. And with this project, are you guys signing to a label? Is this self-produced?
Everything is really DIY, and we distribute everything ourselves. And
cool. Well, that's exciting. I'm always like seeing people who kind of give things a go and going out on their own. It can be a scary place, but I guess you both have success in that industry already to kind of fall back on in some ways, so you can be a bit more free to explore what you want to do exactly with this project.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, if we were to sign sometime in the future, we've built we're still reminding ourselves a lot through the process of writing the songs that it has to be about the feeling. That's like the core of every song. And if that gets taken away, I think this project will sound so much different.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important for us. Like, even if we let someone else in terms of like working with someone else, like another producer or another, like including other musicians, or working with a label or whatever, like to like almost show them how important that is for our sound, because otherwise it wouldn't be the same thing for me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so good that you've got that sort of that ground philosophy, I guess, to work off as well. You know, it's just, it has to be important and it has to mean something to you guys. Otherwise, I feel with this sort of music, it might not come across as genuine. Whereas with this, you can just, like Anodyne especially, like you can just hear how beautiful it is and how emotive it is, and it's just so easy to connect to. Even as fans of heavy music, it's just so easy to it just grabs you. It was just a great song. Well done.
Thank you so much, guys. It really, really means a lot to us.
Our pleasure. Well, thank you for taking the time to have a chat with us this morning, where we are truly honored to be able to share this with the people. Where can people find you guys for more? Like social media, anything like that you want them to check out?
Yeah, we are on everything, like Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, and on all the streaming platforms, and on YouTube as well. So it wouldn't be hard to find us, I think.
We'll put some links down in the description too, to try and make things a little bit easier. You're looking at two old people here who don't really know how to use the internet, so we try and help the people as much help as we need.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, thanks so much, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. And we did genuinely, absolutely love the song. We hope you enjoy the reaction. And to everyone out there, please go give these guys a follow, give them some love, because they're obviously very, very nice gentlemen, very handsome. They dress much better than us.
It's got it all going on.
Yeah. You wait till you see my version of the dance that Nathan just coached me into.
Stick around for the end of the interview, people.
I want to see that.
Something to look forward to, something special.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Take care.
Have a nice day.
Get it? Go, move. Yes. Gosh, you're talented.
I can't believe I did that.